Thanks for joining us here on the Night Team. It's been a busy night for first responders, and we're following several breaking news stories across Kentuckiana. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Dieterer in for Doug tonight. First, we start in New Albany, where a man is dead and a bystander was hurt in a shooting. Police say the shooting happened just after 8 o'clock on Wolf Trace. That's off Grant Line Road and Daisy Lane. Police Chief Todd Bailey says officers arrived to find a man shot to death. They also found a woman in the area shot, but police believe she's unrelated to the case, a bystander. She was taken to U of L Hospital, and we don't know her condition at this time. Chief Bailey does not believe this was a drive-by situation.
Obviously, this is a very fluid situation. Officers are, unraveling what occurred here tonight. I don't believe it's a drive-by. It's not something like that, but I can't speculate on any details at this point.
Chief Bailey says a man was detained in relation to the case, but he has not been charged yet. Anyone with information that can help police is asked to call 812-948-NAPD. Also happening tonight, the Louisville Fire Arson Unit is investigating 2 fires on the same block that broke out within an hour of each other. They happened on South 22nd Street just before 7:30 tonight. The first call was to a vacant house where Louisville fire crews battled an already heavy fire on the 2nd floor. That took 25 firefighters to bring the fire under control. Less than an hour later, around 8 o'clock on the same block, crews rushed to a second home with fire on the 2nd floor. There was no one inside either home. The arson unit is looking into both fires. Other local news tonight, KFC headquarters is on the move out of downtown Louisville and down to Texas. The move has Metro Council members asking, what do they have that we don't? At a Metro Council committee meeting tonight, I heard from Louisville Economic Development on what the plan is moving forward to keep businesses in downtown and attract them there.
It's a little sad to see a company that started its origin here. It's sad to see them leaving their foundation.
Since 1997, the KFC headquarters have called Louisville home until this year. The Kentucky-born company is moving to Texas, impacting nearly 100 Louisville employees.
This is a learning moment for us. But it's not to be unexpected that we will lose businesses over the course of time.
The 5th big learning moment over the last year. KFC joins the list with LG&E, Fifth Third Bank, MSD, Humana, all moving out of downtown Louisville.
What is it that they have that we don't have, and what do we need to work on?
We need to be investing in downtown. We need to be investing in making it a place that people want to live. It's already a place that people want to visit.
Louisville Economic Development Executive Director Jeff O'Brien says increase in costs, corporations consolidating offices, and bringing headquarters to central locations to bring their staff back together all contributed to the Texas move.
So that is a big challenge for us as we go to compete for businesses.
There's also a big push for corporations to attract young workers, 25 to 54 years old, which Louisville has struggled with.
When we look at Louisville, we see a 2% decline, and that's problematic.
While the Yum Brands headquarters is staying in Louisville, could they be the next big move?
I would have to think that, given that they're moving KFC to Plano, and given that this is not the first of the Yum Brands to move there, it doesn't seem outside the realm of possibility that at some point there will be a discussion about moving Yum Brands headquarters.
Anytime you've got an executive team that doesn't live in a place, I think there's always that possibility. I think, am I going to spend a lot of emotional calories on that? No, because I'm going to spend all of my emotional calories on saying, okay, great, what is the next Yum?
Yum Brands have said the headquarters move to Texas is to create better collaboration among its brand and employees. New tonight, the city of Hillview was the victim of a cybersecurity breach. Mayor Jim Eden said it originated from a compromised email account. The city clerk's email account was impacted. They're asking you to check your email. If you received suspicious emails from krichard@hillviewky.org, report it to the city. They believe the breach happened between February 27th and April 7th. The city is still investigating to find the extent of the data breach. An organized strike from Caesars Southern Indiana employees is now in its second day. As soon as floodwaters settled back into the Ohio River and the casino reopened, Teamsters Local 89 organized a picket line. The union says the casino failed to offer a fair contract matching their record-breaking profits. The night team's Jose Alonso looked into the dispute.
In day 2 of protests, employees of Caesars Southern Indiana continue to hold a picket line on the main road that leads right into the casino.
Union workers held picket signs, some saying stop gambling with our futures.
The ground's a little wet, but people are in good spirits. When you're fighting for what you believe you deserve, the elements don't matter.
The flood's impact on the casino caught on camera as it made it impossible for travelers to reach. Debris from the flood still visible, like this small structure and large logs next to the highway's railing.
I'll say it's probably the first time we've ever had to wait for a flood to recede before we could start a strike.
The casino reopened and the picket line formed.
The primary thing that we're pushing for is some retirement security for these folks. This is the most profitable casino in the state of Indiana.
I reached out to the casino, who says they are not the most profitable casino in the state. Teamsters says the casino, who's owned by Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, pulled in more than $240 million last year. The state of Indiana's records confirm that total. It also says the casino employs just under 40% of the county.
Workers here put their entire lives for Caesars Southern Indiana, and frankly, the casino would not make the money they do without them.
A new statement from the casino says, quote, "We have proposed a generous economic package and are surprised the union would take this action. We believe our 401k plan, including a company match, is comprehensive, competitive, and a fair plan. We value the dedication of all our team members and recognize their right to engage in legally protected activities."
Many of them have been here 20, 25 years, many since day one of this casino opening. They just want to be able to retire with dignity and have this company show them the respect they deserve.
Caesars Southern Indiana will remain open with normal business hours. In Harrison County, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Teamsters says they've been in negotiations since the beginning of the year. The casino says they will continue to negotiate in good faith with union representatives to reach an agreement that addresses these concerns. New tonight, Silver Creek Township in Indiana successfully purchased Speed Park. The park has been privately owned and operated for years, and now it belongs to the town. Creek Township trustee Billy Ramser led the charge to purchase the land. When the park was put on the market for more than $400,000, Ramser says there was concern a developer would buy it. Ramser wanted to make sure the park stays an asset to the community and remains a place for recreation. He says plans are already in the works to breathe new life into the park. A ceremonial ribbon-cutting event will take place April 21st at 1 o'clock. With 9 executive orders today, Indiana Governor Mike Braun is starting to make Indiana healthy again. Today, he was joined by U.S. Health Secretary RFK Jr. to announce a new state initiative changing how students exercise and eat inside Indiana schools. Here's our Indianapolis station's Emily Longnecker with what was signed.
4 of the executive orders deal with SNAP benefits, more commonly known as food stamps. SNAP is how the government helps feed people who can't afford food. Among those executive orders, one that overhauls work requirements and also reinstates income and asset verification to get SNAP benefits.
SNAP is intended to help our neighbors who have fallen on hard times, but we also need to encourage their long-term self-sufficiency so that they can thrive and benefit in their communities.
Another order removes candy and soft drinks as items families who use food stamps can buy.
More SNAP money is spent on sugar drinks and candy than on fruits and vegetables. That changes today.
The National Confectioners Association pushed back, calling the policy misguided and not needed, saying candy makes up only about 2% of SNAP purchases. According to the NCA, families who use food stamps and those who don't have the same candy buying habits. Other executive orders call for studies on the effects of dyes and additives in food, as well as the connection between diet and chronic diseases. There's also an order to establish the governor's fitness test and school fitness month. Another order cracks down on Medicaid eligibility errors. The governor's plan was applauded by Secretary Kennedy and Dr. Oz.
This one really broke the bank on 9 executive orders, all designed to to improve our farms, our fitness, our food, our education, our health.
And the kinds of things that are in these executive orders will help reduce that incidence of chronic disease, because it turns out that about the most patriotic thing you can do these days is to get healthy.
In the audience, Hoosiers like this health coach said she agreed with what she heard.
It was just reverberating back to us everything we pour into our clients every day, that you can change it, and there is hope.
These executive orders are in line with the Trump administration's Make America Healthy Again movement. In Indiana, about 800,000 people live below the poverty line. About 600,000 use SNAP benefits.